everyone, welcome back. Well, we are currently entering week 7 of Voyage 16. And how's everyone doing today? I know I'm a day late and I'm not sure. I think the weekend got away from me and I kind of just lost track of time, and then I was kind of debating on how to handle some of the funds this week, and then I realized just stay on course and focus on getting this voyage done. So we have 7 whales joining us today for this voyage on week 7. We start off by showing the payroll check of $1,147.76. I then put $147.76 into savings, and then the other 1,000 was for savings payback. So we basically just run it through the savings and then take out what we need for the next week. So we did end up last week sending $88.47 back like we had thought. So we began with that $1,278.89. After we did the $88.47 return, there was $1,367.36. We had a $20 deposit, and honestly, offhand, I can't remember what this was for. But we also have the payroll for $147.76, and now the balance is $1,535.12. So looking at the savings payback on bills, we divvied up the $1,000, so we returned $911.53 to savings for the bills paid, so that zeroed that section out. Loans line of credit, we applied $50, leaving that still at $145 owed to savings. The mortgage, we applied $25, and we are still owing ourselves $532. And then that small amount of $13.47 to Old American Express. So now we still owe $293.58 to ourselves. So we start off with $1,535.12. We did $1,000 of the payback, ending in $2,535.12, and then the next page will show how it went back out again. So with that $2,535.12, we end up using $921.38 of that, of the 1,000, and that was for Discover 2. We paid $200, and that was a grocery expense. We did $20 to American Express for the Netflix. $200 went to Visa. We did a payment of $25 to our overdraft loan, $80 of cash, and there was $168.02 of miscellaneous items, which it was just a variety of things, so it was just easier just to put miscellaneous there. We also did $28.36 payment to Citibank, and then I did go ahead and do $200 to Discover One for the voyage. So that ends the savings at $1,613.74. And then I do run things through that checking account. So there is a buffer of $50 in that checking account, and that was some Christmas money I had received. So then we put the $1,000 into that checking, giving the balance of $1,050, and then we anticipate $921.38 to go out in bills. And then the $78.62, we anticipate that going back to savings. A lot of it is I just want to make sure there's a buffer in checking in case I miscalculated something. We then look at the Voyage 16, and we are in week 7, so we did a payment of $200 on January 16th. So now we owe $2,540 to that Discover. We then did a breakdown on what our plans are to finish paying it off. So as of, as of January 16th, we started off with $2,740. Then we applied $200 on the 16th, bringing it down to $2,540. And then I did calculate if we go another 4 weeks out, we would need about $635 a week in order to reach our goal. So I'm not 100% sure if that'll happen or not, but so far we've always been lucky and found a way to make things happen. So we will see how that works out. And then for Captain's Log, last week we had hit that 75K milestone. So week 7 we just added another 200, so we're at 75,394.25 of debt that's paid off since we started our voyages. We then look at the 2 lines that we are going to be trying to eliminate, and Discover 1 is one that should be done soon. That currently has a limit of 22,000. We have a balance of 2,540, and available is 19,460. And Visa, I did make a payment towards that, but I also used it for, I believe, a grocery item. So the limit is 10,000, balance is 9,790.95. Available is 209.05. So with these 2 lines right now we're at $32,000. The balance is at $12,330.95, and available between both is $19,669.05. As far as the monthly bills, we just did Discover for 200. The other Discover, we did both Discovers, got 200. Overdraft had a payment of 25, and Visa got a payment of 200. And let's, for our loans, we don't have any updates until the end of the month. We'll update these 2 lines. Other than that, everything has stayed the same. I just did a kind of a small bill section. Just remind myself that the overdraft has a small $233.21 balance. We did just do some furnace maintenance, and that's $336. And then there's $79 on Target. And this is just, I want to keep myself aware and incorporate this into the debt payments. Also, for probably next week, we'll probably focus on the Target. Now it's part of a Christmas expense too on that Target. And as far as everything that's due for this month, I think we pretty much have everything paid off. The next bill that we have listed on our calendar is January 20th for that Discover 2. We already paid that. Our American Express isn't due until the 29th, and that's already been paid. The Visa and overdraft is due at the end of the month, and that's already been paid. So now we will get into the following week, where we'll probably start doing, like, once again, the loan payment, as well as maybe the lines of credit, since the mortgage is the following week. So I think we might try and do that again this week. So this Friday we will try to get as much as possible to the Voyage. No, actually no, this is probably where we start with the loan payment, because mortgage would be a lot easier on this date, on the 30th. That way, since it's due on February 1. So anyway, we will get that figured out. Now that I have a calendar to write stuff on, it helps to see what's happening each week a lot easier. So if you followed my video so far, and we will use the code word of zebra. So please like and subscribe to follow my debt journey. Please go ahead and put any questions or comments you have below. And can't think of anything else going on. I'm going to try to stay focused and make sure I stay on a timely manner on this. And I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.